We know this is a chaotic time in the market.
Facts.
And so the way that you get to the 3% is through what's called a 2-1 buy down.
2-1 buy down.
That's correct.
All right.
Yep. And so that allows you, at least for a period of time, to have a lower interest rates. And the way that you do that is, when you're buying a home, you're going to have your down payment, right? And then you're going to have your closing costs.
Okay.
Well, if we're representing you and the market's a little chaotic, the sellers might be a little bit more lenient on what they're willing to give to the buyers.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And so what we're going to request is some credit, some seller help. And we're going to take that seller help, and we're going to go to our mortgage guy or gal, our lender, and say, hey, look, we want the interest rate to come down. So we want to take this money that they're giving us and put it towards the interest rates. And so that's us helping ourselves and also leaning on what the market has at the same time.
So Ron, let's do this, because I like to do cookies on the bottom shelf, right? 2-1 buy down, I'm flowing with you. Go and ask the seller of the home or the builder of that home to give you credits towards closing costs.
That's correct.
All right. So let's say, for an example, he gives us we'll give you a $15,000 credit.
You can say 3%. Say it's 3%.
3% of the home.
Of the home.
Okay. 3%.
That could be a lot, right?
It could be a lot. That could be anywhere from, depending on, well, in today's day and time, anywhere between $5,000 to $25,000.
Yep, exactly.
Depending on where we are, right? Let's say mid-bar part, we get $15,000 out of that 3% of the home as a credit. That 3%, $15,000, is not going technically towards the closing costs. You said it's going to go towards the interest rate.
It can go towards the closing costs. It can go towards the interest rates. Once they give you the money, you get to decide what to do with it.
Okay.
So if you want to put it to, if what's more important to you,
interest.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So for you, it's interest. For some people,
right,
they want to keep the money in their pocket.
No. What the heck?
But for you,
long-term gain.
Long-term gain, exactly.
Right.
So that's going to allow your monthly payment to be significantly lower.
Absolutely.
Right. So you're going to put that money towards the interest rate.
So $15,000, I'm going to Mr. Bank. Mr. Bank, I got $15,000 credit. And I'm saying I want that to go towards my interest rate.
Right.
Now, I don't know this answer. How is that even possible? Like, what am I putting towards the interest rate? Am I buying? Wait, I got it. We're buying down the interest.
That's right. For a period of time also.
For a period of time.
Yeah.
So we're buying down the interest. We're not necessarily putting money on the house.
That's correct. Yep. Buying down. So you're taking that money, because normally you'd have to pay, you have your down payment and then the closing costs, you have to come out of that money.
Yes. Yep.
So instead, we're negotiating with the seller and saying, hey, Mr. Seller, as part of our negotiations, part of our contract, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, I want you to pay this percentage of credit towards my closing costs, or just my credit in general. I'm requesting this credit amount.
Right.
And now I can take that credit amount and do whatever I want with it, because is the credit that they're giving me.
Okay.
And whatever I want, meaning that it can go towards my closing costs if I so desire.
Yeah.
It can buy down more of my interest rate.
Yeah.
So we have options there.
Yeah. Now, how long? Because I'm about to buy a house. I'm about to rent out my house now and buy another house. How long
does that last?
Is the question.
It's really a couple years.
Couple years,
yeah.
Okay.
And that's an opportunity, right? Because as you see, the interest rates are coming down.
Yep.
Right? And with the interest rates coming down, you got the opportunity to say, okay, I will refinance later, right? Or you can let it, because it will step up. And I don't want to get into the weeds too much, because it can get really technical about it.
Yeah.
But there's going to be a step up in pricing for it. It's not going to jump. Back in the day when we had the other issues with the economy, and the interest rate would go from 1 percentage point to 10%, like, they're not set up. The government won't even let you
allow that no more.
Won't let you allow that much.
Okay.
So it's going to be more of a reasonable step up in pricing. You can say, you know what, I'll ride this gradient up
What's going on, family? It's your boy, Anthony ONeal, and I want to share a secret with you. I want to share something with you that I regret not doing sooner. If you've been thinking about getting life insurance, now is the time to act. Let me tell you about my friends over at Ethos, a life insurance company that's making waves with its affordability and ease of access. You can get coverage for as low as $30 a month. My own rate was just around $60 a month, and I spend more than that on food delivery. Let me be honest. I'm going to give you some quick points of why I love them so much. Number one is their rates and affordability. Imagine paying $30 or $68 a month for a peace of mind. That's less than most of your monthly subscriptions. Number two, ease of use. You can get up to $2 million in coverage without any medical exams or blood tests. Just answer a few quick, healthy questions and you're set. The entire process is 100% online and take less than 10 minutes. Number three, speed. You can get a quote in seconds. You can apply in minutes and have same-day coverage. I got my coverage through Ethos literally in 10 minutes and got my thing back quick. Trust and reliability is the last thing I love about them. Ethos has an A+ rating with the BBB and stellar Trustpilot reviews. Every day, around 2,000 families are approved for life insurance through Ethos. Listen, I don't want you to wait. Life insurance rates can increase by 8 to 10% each year you delay. I purchased my policy a few years ago, and if I had waited until now, my price would be significantly higher. Lock in your rate right now and secure your family's future. I want you to visit AnthonyONeal.com/ethos to get your free life insurance quote. Apply and get coverage in under 10 minutes. Don't procrastinate. Take control of your future today.
Or you might say in 3 years, 5 years, I want to be in a new home anyway.
Yeah.
So that gives you opportunity to use somebody else's money to lower your monthly payment. And then you pocket in the difference and you use that money as you will.
Here's what I like what you're saying. And here, because I know some people saying, well, Anthony, you say get a 15 or 30 year fixed rate mortgage.
Right.
Agreed. I'm not changing my statement. You're going to get the mortgage based upon the rate that you can afford.
Right.
So let's say, for an example, if your mortgage payment, you can afford for an example, $2,000 mortgage payment. Well, that's the mortgage payment that you're going to get. So that way, if it does go back up, when it does go back up to that rate, you're not hurting financially.
That's correct.
But for 2 years, you get a little bit of breathing room.
Why not?
Because it's like, hey, I took advantage of this opportunity. But your mortgage is not more in 2 years than what you can afford today.
That's correct.
And so that's why I love that, because I'm okay. Wait a minute, talk to me. Wait. Why would I not do that? I mean, because I'm still going to get a mortgage rate that I can afford when this season is up, but why not use this cushion for the next 2 years? Because everyone that I'm seeing in y'all space is saying, oh, rates are going to go down in the next 2 years. What's not going to go down are the prices of homes.
Right.
And so it's almost like what you all have been saying, you're going to date the rate, but you're going to marry the home.
Yeah, I mean, it's really tough to, all of the signs, all of the indicators point that the home prices are gonna go up.
Tremendously too.
Right.
Yeah.
And all of the indicators, Uncle Jerome, Jerome Powell, has stated that, they're planning on cutting these rates. Now, when it happens, who knows, right? Like it could happen next month in September.
In September.
It's very, very possible. Now, there's no guarantee, but it's very, very possible that we're going to see some changes then.
All of my studies are showing that they're going to drop it. It may not be dropping it tremendously, like in half.
Right.
But I think we're going to see a couple of points go down.
You can see a significant change in September.
Yeah.
And then after that September, those next 6 to 12 months, you're going to see the results of those changes.
And my biggest fear is that some of you are watching this right now and you're like, man, I want to get into a home. I'm good financially, but I'm just scared of these rates. And it's like, man, if you are in a good place financially, right? I think now is the time to get into your home and then use this method of the 2-in-1 buy down.
Yeah, 2-in-1 buy down. Yep.
And so that way you can get that cushion for 2 years, right? But just make sure that you do not get more of a mortgage that you cannot afford. So what I'm saying is, say for an example, let's break this down. Let's say you only can afford a $2,000 mortgage, but when you get into it, your $2,000 mortgage, you're at $2,000 today. I don't think that's a good idea, because then now, if your income doesn't change drastically in 2 years from now, you're going to be in a hard situation. Unless, like what Ryan said, you plan on moving out in 2 years, right? Unless you're like, okay, Anthony, I'm going to rent it out in 2 years. Oh, okay, cool. But if you're looking, this would be your next 5 to 10 year home, and you're already at that line of what you can afford, and you know it's going to go up, yeah, that might be an option that you need to back out of and go get you a home that's more affordable that can buy you some breathing room for that time frame. But I'm really loving this 2-in-1 buy down, man. I mean, I'm going to look into this.
Yeah, and like you said, man, all of the magic that we can do on our sides from the real estate and the lending, all of that is great. But in the end, you got to have your core value of making sure you stand within your payment that you can afford.
Facts.
Like, that's first and foremost. And we tell all of our clients, the first thing we care about is what your monthly payment is. Like, that's the number.
Yes.
We keep under that number at all costs,
Yes.
right? Otherwise, if you can't afford it, you can't afford it. Because the last thing I want is you calling me 2 years from now telling me you behind on your mortgage. You know, because they're going to call Ryan and say, look, Ryan, I'm behind. You got a little something? You know, you put me in this house. Like, I never want to have that situation.
Yep.
So it's important for me, from a fiduciary responsibility, to make sure that you are doing things that are right for you.